Hello everyone, welcome to my channel again. I hope you are keeping safe in the pandemic and everything is going well for you and your families, wherever you are. Number one topic here is going to be how to get your first job as an LVN. What I did, I started with registries and agencies that companies use to fill up their position when somebody calls in sick. They get short notice like the previous night or the previous day. So then they call the registry and ask to send a licensed nurse, LVN or RN, to work on the floor. And just make sure that you make yourself available and give these registries your availability. So you're gonna apply on these registries per diem or on call. Before you could go and apply in person, and you can bring all the requirements, CPR card, copy of your license, and so on. Now with the pandemic, you gotta do most of it online, so be mindful of those things. When you work with the registry, it's good because you have flexibility. You can work 1 or 2 shifts per week if you are available. That's a good way to start building on your experience towards applying in a big facility or in a hospital, clinic, and so on. One of the requirements that most of these places will ask is that you have at least 6 months experience in a skilled nursing facility in order to qualify for a position in their company or their facility. Some places require 1 year, some places require 6 months. If you work 1 or 2 shifts continuously for 6 months, even though you just work 1 shift or 2 shifts, that counts towards your experience. So remember that. Very important. When you write that in your resume and you put the name of this company that you've been working as per diem, all company will verify your information, so be sure that it's accurate because they will verify. You gotta be ready. Some of these agencies or companies will give you an exam, a written exam. They want to see your knowledge. And always review your materials. For example, most of the exam will have maybe some computation, those calculation. So you better review your computation, because if they give you a written exam before an interview, that's how they'll determine your knowledge. And if you do a good high score in the written exam, they will definitely order interview. You know about your insulins, your medications, blood pressure medications, infection control. There will be some questions of all these topics in a written exam, and also some common sense prioritization scenarios that they will ask you. What will you do if something happened and you have to make a decision? So be mindful of those. Big companies most of the time will give you a panel interview, so be ready for a panel interview. Sometimes they put 2-3 people in front of you and they will ask you questions and right in front of you, and believe me, you will get nervous and you need to be prepared for that. It happened to me one time. My first panel interview, I didn't expect it, and they just put a paper in front of me to read the question and then give the answer. So I wasn't ready for that, and my mind completely blocked. I didn't know what to answer. It was like very embarrassing, but it happened to me. So it's a learning experience. So be prepared to have a panel interview. That's it will help you, because once you enter interview, you have an idea what to answer and what to do. So do your research on panel interview. That's a very good advice from myself, from my personal experience. It was embarrassing, believe me. And then also have your documents ready. What will you need? You're gonna need a live scan, CPR card, copy of your license, nurse license. Remember that to work in the nursing industry or the healthcare industry, you cannot have any felony convictions. If people have misdemeanors, you have to check with the school prior to starting the course, because if you don't say before, then later on when they find out, it might be a problem. It happens with one of my classmates. So he has some problem with the law, even though it wasn't a big issue, but his case was under investigation for like 6 months with the state before they will let him continue to take any exam. So please check if you have any misdemeanors with the school before when you're enrolling and prior to continuing, so you don't waste your money and your time. Very important. Somebody asked me this. If they ask you, why do you want to work in our hospital? Always be honest. I would say this: I don't have lots of experience. I need a job. I'm a team player, and if I don't know something that needs to be done for a patient, I would ask my coworker, supervisor, charge nurse to ensure it gets done right and safely. As an employer, as an interviewer, if you hear that you are well-minded of the safetyness of the patient, of safety of all the things you do at work in the company, is very positive impression for the interviewer or for the employer, because they know that you keep in mind safety of the patient, and that's very important for an employer. Even if you don't have experience, they know that you are aware of safety. If you are offered a job, then you will go for a drug test, screening, usually it's a urine and sometimes blood, and a medical examination. You want to make sure that you pass all your drug screening, and then you'll be offered. If they offer you a job, you're going to be orienting. You're going to go for an orientation process. Some places will give you a week, 2 weeks, and some places 1 month. Always ask questions if you don't know. When you're in orientation, that's the time that you will be getting familiar with the facility, with the hospital, with the clinic, whatever you apply and that you will be working at. So very important. If you have questions, you have doubts, don't keep it to yourself. Ask questions. Don't be embarrassed to ask questions. If somebody say, oh, but you ask questions, a lot of questions, politely you can say, I'd rather ask questions and get it done right than make a mistake and be in trouble later. So just say like that, and it doesn't hurt to be, to give an answer like that. Probation. Once you get hired, you're going to go to a probation. Probation, some places 6 months, some places 1 year. I work for a Syrian county, and Syrian county is 6 months. If you work in a hospital that is federal, the federal government is 1 year probation. So you want to make sure that you want to minimize any mistakes, you want to do your job right and pass your probation. Once you pass your probation, they cannot make any excuse to terminate you. If you're still on probation and somebody don't like you, or you do something that they don't like and they really want to give you a hard time or get rid of you, if you're on probation, they can easily get rid of you. Even if you are 1 week away or 2 weeks away from completing your probation, it can happen. So just make sure that you always finish your probation and that they're happy with your job during your probation. Because after you're done with the probation, they cannot terminate you for any little thing that is not a major thing. Major thing is okay, if you steal from a company, and you get caught stealing from a company, that's ground for termination regardless. If you make a big mistake or have a huge medication error, you injure a patient, things like that. The major things can be ground for termination. So just be mindful to complete your probation in a good standing ground that will know that you will move forward after the probation. And always ask for a full-time permanent position. If you are offered a job, it's always good to ask. The company is, it happened to me before, we like part-time or full-time. You always, if you are interested in working full-time, just ask, I'm interested in working full-time. I have family, I don't know your situation, you have family, you have wife, you have a husband, you have kids, and you need benefits, you need medical insurance for your family, of even for just for yourself. It's very important now to have health insurance and all those things. Most of the time, if you're not full-time, they will not give you benefits like vacation, paid vacation, medical leave, sick hours, holidays. You get only those if you are full-time. Remember that. So don't be afraid of asking for a full-time permanent position, because that's the one that will give you all these benefits in a company once you're working. I'm not gonna make this video any longer. This is pretty much what I'm gonna talk about that I had to say in this video. I'm gonna be making the next video soon, and I will be talking about skin tears, blood pressure meds, and topical medications. So please give a like, subscribe to my channel if you like, and I hope with this you learn at least one thing from me today. It's very important. It makes me very happy if anyone out there watching this video, for beginners that have no experience, that learn something. And if you have any questions, whatever it is, please don't hesitate to make a comment, and I'll be happy to give you an answer if I have it. And always, when you are in a place, follow the hospital or the facility protocols. It's very important to follow the rules in any place that you work to keep you safe and do the right thing always. Stay safe, and until the next time, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give a like. Have a good day.